Hi everyone, I'm Irk and this is my channel Get Irked, where I try to teach people how to invest for the long term without the use of risky strategies or day trading techniques. In this video, I'm going to share some of my favorite resources to learn investing strategies, to keep up with current market events, and to find new companies to invest in. If you want to learn what are the most popular and hot stocks right now, you'll want to keep in touch with mainstream media. And there's nothing more mainstream than CNBC. However, since CNBC is a cable channel, it costs money. So how do you access it if you don't want to pay for cable? That's simple. Podcasts. CNBC actually makes podcasts of almost all of their shows throughout the day, and they're all available free of charge from whatever podcast store you use. I'm putting links in the description below to Apple's podcast store, but you can get them from Google or wherever else you'd like. Two of my favorite CNBC podcasts are Fast Money and Mad Money with Jim Cramer, and both of them come out daily. Fast Money features host Melissa Lee and 4 different traders with different insights about what happened that day, as well as talking about what their favorite stocks are at that time. Fast Money focuses more on trading and less on investing, but I really like having the 4 different perspectives, and they often rotate different investors in, so you can really hear about different ways of looking at the market and looking at stocks. My truly favorite CNBC podcast is Mad Money with Jim Cramer. You might not be familiar with the show, but I'm sure you're familiar with Jim Cramer. He's taken a lot of criticism over the years, but I personally completely disagree with anyone who says he isn't as good as he is. He has a lot of history as a hedge fund investor, he shares lots of techniques in the shows, and he interviews a lot of CEOs, so you can really get information from the horse's mouth about companies that are out there and the ones that you might want to invest in. You might think because a company is on his show that it wouldn't be one that would be worth investing in for the long term, but I've gotten several really good successful stories from him. For example, I bought Square, the fintech company, in August of 2016 for $11 a share based on Cramer having the CEO on and talking about the company's future prospects. As I film this in March of 2021, the stock's now worth $242, which is 21 times what I paid for it just 5 years ago. Another great stock that I got from Cramer is GW Pharmaceuticals, a company that uses cannabis to make prescription drugs. I bought in the March crash at about $77 a share, and it recently got a buyout offer for $220. That's a profit of nearly triple what I paid in less than a year. You can even get some older business ideas. I got Boeing from Cramer in 2011, and because I bought and sold in stages, which are strategies that Cramer teaches, I was able to make 8x my money plus get most of the profits out when the stock was at $450 before it collapsed last March to $90. Boeing's back on the rise and it's at $220, and I was able to keep a core position and still have more than quintuple my original investment out of the stock. This is all due to Cramer's trainings, and so I really recommend people who are learning to invest to listen to Cramer, if for no other reason but to get the investing strategies, but also the really quality information that you can get about company ideas and CEO interviews. CNBC also has a YouTube channel, but I find that they post so often each day that it makes my feed really busy. So unless you want to use YouTube exclusively for following CNBC, I prefer their podcasts to their YouTube videos. If you want to be a truly well-rounded investor, you're going to want to listen to alternative voices, even if those voices might be contrary to your own perspectives. If you've ever done a search for investing on YouTube, you'll find that there are endless get-rich schemes and investing groups that somehow require you to pay money to subscribe to. Nobody seems to want to give information like this away for free. However, the reality is, if they were really successful using the techniques that they describe, why would they be charging to share the information? I've selected a few YouTubers who I really appreciate because they give a lot of quality information and they're not trying to sell you something. They're just sharing how they got successful and what they see is going on in the market today. Andre Jick is a millennial magician, and that's how he got his start. His channel is a broad scope of different kinds of investing and investment strategies, ranging from stocks to cryptocurrency to even Pokemon cards. Andre's still pretty young and new at this, so a lot of his strategies, techniques, and ideas are pretty basic level. But if you want to have a really entertaining way to have complex introductions explained in a way that you can understand easily. I really like his channel. Plus his magician tricks are really fun to watch. Next up is Alessio Rastani, who runs a channel he calls Leading Trader. Alessio covers everything from real estate to stocks to cryptocurrencies, and he's one of the only people I followed who very accurately predicted Bitcoin's current run to $60,000. He even pointed out in late of last year when was the last time you'd be able to buy Bitcoin below $10,000, and he absolutely nailed it. I find his videos to be very educational, and he's an excellent investor when it comes to this sort of thing. Finally, if you want to learn about technical analysis, which is using charts to learn how to buy and sell stocks, I find that the Chart Guys channel is really good. They have several different hosts, both men and women, who share their strategies and go over charts for things like cryptocurrency, but also the hottest stocks that are trading right now. So you can see the volatility and how an active day trader might read the charts and determine when to buy and sell. I find that they give really good strategies for technical analysis, and although they have a private group that they're trying to get you to subscribe to, the information that they share in their YouTube channel is equally valuable. If you want a podcast that discusses the global economy and everything macroeconomic that's affecting it, there is no better podcast than Macro Voices with hedge fund investor Eric Townsend. Each episode, he interviews a different expert on different things that are affecting the global economy. And at the end of the episode, he discusses what he learns with his co-host, so you can get even more insight into how he thinks and how what was just shared with him affects his perspectives. The Rich Dad Show features Robert Kiyosaki, who's the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, a book about investing mindsets and how to get your mind around them. Even though Kiyosaki focuses on real estate, I found that a lot that he teaches in his book can directly help you when it comes to stocks. His podcast is very much like Eric Townsend's, where he has a different guest each week and talks about their perspectives on a variety of different topics, including gold, real estate, Bitcoin, stocks, and more. If you like your hosts cranky and ranty like I do, you'll love the Peter Schiff podcast. Peter Schiff is a famous hedge fund investor and a notable gold lover and Bitcoin hater, and he will discuss in his 2 episodes weekly some of the different news events that are going on, his perspective on them, and his perspective on investing. It's very one-sided, but I find his insights to be very useful to at least use to counter my own. Do you want another podcast that explains the global economic nuttiness that's going on right now? You'll like Making Sense with economist Jeff Snyder and his co-host Emil Kalinowski. Each episode, they try to investigate what central banks are doing both in the United States and around the world, and how the decision these banks are making will affect the future of humanity and our current economic system. They also take incredibly broad and complex concepts and simplify them in a way that you'll be able to understand them. Plus, it's really entertaining. Finally, one of my all-time favorites is The Rebel Capitalist with George Gammon. George Gammon is a self-made millionaire who started several businesses, retired from them, and then got into investing in real estate, both locally in the United States, but then eventually internationally. His strategy is to buy things that are hated when they are really cheap, and then sell them when they are loved and really expensive. Just like the other shows I discussed above, he often has different guests on his shows so that you can get a lot of different perspectives and learn about more than just the United States and the global economy from a terms of investing, and a bunch of other strategies, such as what to do if our political freedoms are limited, what to do if you want to have second passports or Plan B. George Gammon's insights are really intriguing and very interesting to listen to. Maybe you'd like to learn investing strategies or even trading techniques instead of just current news. In that case, I highly recommend looking at audiobooks. In addition to Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which I discussed above, there are several other audiobooks that I think are incredibly valuable. If you want stories of trading and techniques directly from the trader's mouth, you look no further than the Market Wizards book series by Jack Schwager. In each book, Schwager interviews several different traders and hedge fund managers and shares with you how they got started, how they screwed up, and how they succeed, so that you can learn from others' mistakes as well as learn strategies that might work into your own personal investing style. If you want one of the best audiobooks on what not to do, then you need to listen to What I Learned Losing $1 Million by Jim Paul. He discusses how he got his start in Kentucky and how he grew to become a governor at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange and then almost lost it all. And throughout the way, he shares with you the lessons he learned so that you can learn to profit by not making his mistakes. It's a greatly entertaining book and filled with lots of really good information. Once you've got your ideas for investing, I highly recommend that you check out your own companies that you want to invest in using a free website like Yahoo Finance or Google Finance. Both of them have the ability for you to be able to get a lot of really good information about different stocks and different companies. But even from there, you should springboard directly to the company's websites. Every company that's publicly traded offers a shareholder section of their website where you can see balance sheets, where you can see economic reports, earnings, and a lot more about what's going on so that you can make an educated decision about the companies that you choose to invest in or not to invest in.